Hey guys, I'm Jill, and this is Roadhouse Idgits. Feels kind of weird to be doing that without Zach, but don't worry, he will be back. This is kind of a bonus video because it's in response to the Super Carlin Brothers Sirius Black Ultimate Quiz. This video came out 3 weeks ago, and here's a link to it in the description box below. And this is gonna take you to question 12 because this is where I actually disagree with them. So first of all, if you came here looking for someone to bash the Super Carlin Brothers and be like, oh, I hate their videos. Sorry, you came to the wrong place because I am a huge fan of their videos. The details, the amount of work that they do so I can understand my fandoms better without having to do the research myself is incredible. I love listening to their videos. It is one of my favorite things in the world. Now, I disagree with the Super Carlin Brothers on this one teeny tiny fact. It was question 12 and it was asking what year Sirius Black became an Animagus. They both answered year 3, but the quiz and myself answered year 5. They pulled up from the 3rd book. It is in chapter 18 on page 354. I was really hoping it was going to be 394.
Turn to page 394.
Where it says that it took them the best part of 3 years to work out how to do it. And this was them underlining it, saying that yes, it only took them 3 years how to do it. They did it year 3. And their argument was that Peter Pettigrew didn't learn how to until year 5. But I still think they didn't actually pull it off until year 5. And here's why. When it says it took them the best part of 3 years to figure out how to do it, that doesn't mean it took them 3 years to do it. It took them 3 years to figure out what it was they needed to do. Kind of like when Harry, Ron, Hermione were practicing apparition. It took them months and months to manage how to do it, but it wasn't until later that they actually began to pull it off. Also, it doesn't say it took them till year 3. It says 3 years. And this is very different because James, Sirius, and Peter didn't enter Hogwarts day 1 going, oh, hi Remus, nice to meet you. Hi, I'm a werewolf. It went on for months and months of him making excuses that he had to return home to see his sick mother and upon other excuses, which he doesn't really mention in the books. But that means that they didn't figure it out towards the end of year 1. And if then it takes 3 years to manage how to do this, at earliest, this could have been done in year 4. So you could potentially make the argument that James and Sirius figured out how to do it year 4. However, we are forgetting one detail. James and Sirius are loyal to a fault. Like, seriously, that's what caused them to die. And I don't think that they would have moved on to such a step without Peter. I do think that perhaps if Peter wasn't part of the group, they probably could have done it by their 4th year because they weren't trying to work so hard to make sure that Peter was going to be able to pass all these tests. Like, one of the tests you have to do is keep a mandrake leaf in your mouth for an entire month. I'm wondering how many months that took Peter. I don't like it. The final sentence of this paragraph that they had up over here is where I think the hook, line, and sinker that they didn't manage to do it into the 5th year comes. It says, finally, in our 5th year, they managed it. Not they all, but just they. And I think that if it had been just Peter who needed that extra time, it would have included the word all. So I really think in this case, they actually did not do it until their 5th year, which is still incredibly impressive considering they had absolutely no help and it could have gone horribly wrong. Upon my research for this video, I also figured out you don't actually get to choose your Animagus. I really thought that you could because the way it was written in the 3rd books kind of made it feel like Peter became a rat so he could hit that knot under the Whomping Willow. But it never said that he became a rat so he could do that. It actually says Peter, being the smallest, was able to crawl under. Your Animagus is actually chosen for you quite like the way that a Patronus is, and sometimes can be the same animal, but is not always the same animal. It involves having a characteristic, a personality trait of you yourself, which leads me to question once again, seriously? Seriously, Sirius, James, and Remus, you couldn't figure out that the rat was the betrayer, not the dog. Super loyal dog, man's best friend dog, does anything to please you dog, but the rat. Let's trust the rat. Really? You guys were the cleverest in your year? Again, that goes back to the loyalty to a fault theory. Guys, I'm posting this video up not because I disagree, but because I generally want to know what you guys think. I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below, or as Ben and Jay would call it, the towel section down below. What year do you think Sirius Black became an Animagus? Do you think it was his 3rd year, as they guessed the 4th year based off of that logic that they didn't find out till year 1, or the 5th year because they waited that extra time to make sure that they all could do it together in the spirit of loyalty to a fault and no marauder left behind? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out their video. It is so much fun to do. You can play along by looking at the multiple choice. I now like to play along with their rules at not looking at the multiple choice, and it is significantly harder. I think they've done about 12 of these quizzes, and this is the only one that I beat them on, and I really think that's only because Sirius Black was my favorite character growing up. Apart from Fred and George Weasley, who are my ultimate favorites. Yeah, it's difficult that way. So mad props to them. For those people in the comment section down below on their videos, it's like, I got a perfect score. I wonder, were you using the multiple choice? Because it is so much easier with the multiple choice. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter, and until next time, thanks so much for stopping by the Roadhouse. Carry on and have a wayward week.